Happily for Ghana, we have an effective local governance system. So at least in 260 districts of our country, you have a district chief executive, you have a district security committee, you have a police command, you have the representatives of the judiciary and local courts, you have assembly members, and so the political space is effectively occupied with, a governance structure. And so that kind of vacuum does not exist. Aside from that, I'll say that relatively there is inclusion in Ghana. We don't have the kind of exclusion that you find in several other countries. Electricity coverage is 86%. Every district capital is connected to the national grid. And so electricity is available for small and medium enterprises to operate. Every district capital and most communities have access to clean drinking water. About almost 80% of our population has access to clean drinking water. It's not the same in many other localities. There are health facilities in every district, either health centers or polyclinics or hospitals. There are schools from the basic level all the way to the secondary level. And in many districts, there's one tertiary educational institution. And so there's been a geographical spread of the fruits of development across our country. And so that helps us create the kind of resilience that you need to violent extremism. Eventually, the best safeguard against violent extremism is to create resilient societies that are not disrupted or destroyed because of these kinds of attacks. The other strength Ghana has is in its democracy and accountability. And I think that is something that we must defend and safeguard. If people feel that they do not have the opportunity to participate in the way they are governed, then they begin to have the pent-up frustration of not feeling that they are part of a state system, and so they will try to disrupt the system. Happily in Ghana, every 4 years we have the opportunity to go for elections and decide if we want to retain the government or to send it packing. Aside from that, at the local level, we have the local government elections. This year we're supposed to have assembly elections, and of the more than 6,000 electoral areas in this country, people will have the opportunity to choose who they want to represent them in their local assemblies. In addition to that, we have a constitution that says that 5 to 8% of total government revenue should be transferred directly to the districts to use for their own development programs. I think that is something we must thank our constitution drafters for, so that it's not like it's the central government that is deciding how budgetary expenditure should be made in every part of the country, but that the people to have a fund that comes occasionally they can use to build, or to provide their own felt needs when it comes to development. So I think that is a strength that we must be grateful for. But most of all, we must be happy for the free expression that we enjoy in Ghana. If people are able to vent their frustrations, then it does not pile up until it becomes a frustration where they think that they're not being listened to, and so they must take up arms against the state. And so a free media, where people are able to, vent their frustrations, call into any program in their own dialects and say what they think is wrong with society, I think is also a very contributory factor towards the resilience of the society to stand against extremism.